Hello everybody and good morning. Thank you for joining me for the first day in our 7-day morning yoga for beginners series. I am so excited to guide you through this. Today we're going to start with some seated low to the ground postures. So super chill and easy on day one. Let's get right into it. We are going to start in a cross-legged seated position in the center of our mat. If you have a little blanket that you can fold up and raise your hips up with, I would highly suggest bringing that. I know when I was a beginner, I used to kind of stray away from props and things, but the further I get into my practice, the more I realize that they're very valuable and really enhance my experience, especially when you're not used to sitting on the floor for a long time. Just a little raise of the hips can help us straighten our back out just a little bit more, which keeping an upright, straight spine would be the goal in any seated position here. So anyways, let's take a nice deep breath in. Maybe close our eyes, or if that's not feeling comfortable for you, you can just kind of look down in front of you, and we'll take a nice deep breath in together and out. Really fully exhaling, dropping into the moment, feeling where your sit bones are on your blanket or the ground, really grounding through and trying to extend through your spine. Another deep breath in, exhale, relaxing your shoulders, just fully dropping into the moment, getting ready to sync our breath with our movement here. If you'd like, you can imagine a string coming from the top of your head, and it's as if somebody is lifting up on that and just straightening out your spine top to bottom. Now we'll start with some neck rotations. So imagine you have a pencil on the tip of your nose, and we're going to start going clockwise and just drawing little circles with your nose. Inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, coming down, and slowly making the circles a little bit bigger. Maybe they're the size of a small dinner plate now, and then you move to the size of a large dinner plate. And reversing the circles, starting big on this side. And we will slowly but surely reduce the size of the circles we're drawing. And smaller and smaller until you come to a still position with your head centered. We're just going to look left and then right, choosing one side to inhale to and one side to exhale. finding a little inner smile, and if it makes its way outwardly onto your lips, great. Then finding center again, and then looking up and down. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Last one. Finding center again. Now anchoring your palms on your knees. We are going to kind of pull through our palms and raise our chest up and arch our back, looking up on an inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to reverse that motion. So pulling your belly button towards your spine and rounding forward. You're going to look down and really catch your weight in your palms and lean back with your mid-back. Inhaling, coming back to that arch. Really opening up your chest and looking up. Exhale, reverse. Last one. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Really rounding forward. Then coming back to find neutral. We're going to go for some side bends here. So taking your left hand and planting it on the ground, just right out from your hip. You want it to stay in line with your shoulder, and taking your right arm, and on an inhale, coming up, reaching up, and exhale, bending over to your left side. And if you want to come down to your elbow, if you have that much space in your side, please feel free. Or if this is a really generous stretch, just find where your body feels comfortable today. No forcing or pushing. We're at home. We're just finding what feels right in our body, not trying to hit some perfect photo shoot pose. All right. Inhaling, coming up, and we'll raise the left hand up, drop the right hand, and exhale to the right. Breathing deep, really relaxing into how this side feels. And then we will reverse it. So we'll do one side each one more time. So inhaling, bringing your arms up, and exhaling, coming down back to the left side. Inhaling up again, bringing your arms up, and exhaling, planting your right palm and leaning over. All right, inhaling, coming up, and taking your arms, like bending your elbows, pulling your chest forward, kind of into a little cactus position here. You'll find a nice squeeze in your shoulder blades, a nice stretch in your chest. Breathe in and exhale, bringing your palms down again. We're now going to take our right hand in front of us, putting your fingers towards the ground, top of the palm away from you, taking your opposite hand and just pulling in at your fingers for a nice little wrist stretch. Taking a nice deep breath in, exhale, relaxing, and then flipping the palm to get a stretch in the opposite direction. Switching hands, releasing the right side, and going to stretch the wrist of your left hand. So palm towards you, pulling on the top of your hand and fingers, making sure you're getting all your fingers and your thumb in there. And switching the direction, so palm outwards, pulling the top of your hand towards you, or it's facing you. And we'll go ahead and release that. And if you have a blanket underneath you, you can either turn it sideways to do our next move, or you can move it to the side, whichever you choose, whatever's comfy for you. I'm just going to put my yoga mat off to the side for now, and I'm going to find myself in a seated L position to the front of my mat, my legs out in front of me. Now for most of us, this is probably going to be a pretty large stretch already, so let's bring our knees up a little bit and just bring some energy into our feet, so toes kind of flexing forward towards our face, not forcing, but just enough energy that they're upright and not just you're thinking about it. So with a nice bend in our knees, we're going to inhale, bring our hands above our head, and exhale over our legs. If your hands only make it to your knees or your shins, that is perfectly okay. Once again, we don't want to force or push anything that isn't comfortable in our body. So wherever your hands naturally land, that is perfect. Taking a nice inhale in, exhaling, fully relaxing into the posture here. We'll take a couple more deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, pulling up through your spine, you can put your weight into your hands to shift your hips a little bit forward on your mat, and then we're going to slowly roll down through our spine to find ourselves in a little reclined position. We're going to pull our left foot in a little bit closer to our bum, knee to the sky. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift our right leg up. And exhale, cross your ankle over your left thigh. On an inhale in, you can put your hands between your crossed leg and the outer side of your left thigh and pull on the back of your leg to bring yourself into a reclined pigeon posture. So you can take your right elbow, if it feels right for you, and kind of push into your thigh to get a nice deep stretch in your outer right leg. And maybe just give your feet a little point and flex, feeling where they're at today. Taking one more deep breath in and exhaling, letting that go. You're going to find your right leg to mirror your left, and then on an inhale in, left leg to the sky, exhale, cross, and then threading your hands between your legs and pulling your right thigh towards your chest. And if you did it on the other side, pressing your left thigh out with your elbow to get a bit of a deeper stretch. And maybe giving your feet a little point and flex, some mobility in your ankles here. One last deep breath in, exhale, releasing, and we're going to, one at a time, straighten each leg out fully, and just letting your hands drop next to you on your mat. You might want to kind of pull your shoulder blades underneath you to get nice and flat on the mat and fully relax into Shavasana. We're just going to take a second to fully let our bodies absorb the movement we just did. Letting your muscles relax. And your breath return to normal. On your next inhale in, you can bring your palms together and find your thumbs at your third eye. And if it feels right for you, you can join me in saying Namaste. Thank you for taking the time to start this journey for yourself, and I can't wait to see you for the next 6 days. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day.